This is FanStream Sports.
Can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who would know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Yes! Here we go!
I guess I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my pants.
Yeah. Welcome into the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show. That show that's probably going to have a few of those little blips in it, but that's all right. I am your host, Colby Sapp, alongside the one, the only, but not the only show he's a part of. You can see him all over the internet as he's everywhere, including probably some pictures he's so proud of and shouldn't be. It's one IndyCar Tim. What's up, Tim?
Colby, I am in the air and everywhere on the air in the internet. I am more internet famous than Maud Adams these days.
You know what? That's a strong claim. Actually, it's not. It's not very strong at all.
So, no.
If you disagree on the strength of that claim and you're listening to the downloaded podcast, you can text us at the FanStream Sports text line at 214-937-0569. Just use that. If you are watching us and you would like to comment down below, do that. Leave a like. Please help the algorithm out by commenting down below. That would be greatly appreciated. Even if you don't know what to say, how about just put a couple of periods down?
Careful.
Just a couple of them.
Careful.
Well, it's not. You're not putting a couple of exclamation points down. You're not having a question mark in the middle of the month, but you might be having a period in the middle of the month. All right. Thanks, phone. I'm glad.
Did your phone warn you about something?
Yes, probably about using a period joke too early in the start of everything. Tim,
It's pretty early for period jokes, Colby.
oh man, I am always about doing a period piece. So, well, that's not the
It's close enough.
man. It's the wrong hole.
Colby, we've got like drones. We've got Bill Belichick taking over a college program.
We do.
We've got like old-timey sports figures battling each other at card shows.
Yeah.
What the hell is happening in the world today, man?
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's from people now on the social media all banding together because they all agreed that this one guy should have been murdered.
Oh, I know.
Right?
What's happening with that?
I mean, it's everybody on every side of the aisle is like, oh, yeah, no, it's good. It's good. And I'm like, yeah, I understand he's a bad and evil person, right?
But death?
I mean, shouldn't we have fixed that before we had to go, to this length? I think that's where we need to have talks. But, we accept it until like, yeah, no, but listen to all the bad things that he did. Dude, I know.
Well, and then now the guy that killed him, people are like almost applauding him.
Right. No, I mean, they are.
And
this,
I'm like,
this is Colby justice that's now found its way into real life. And everybody's acting like me. And I should be okay with it. But I'm like, no, this is my thing. What are you doing?
Yikes.
This is what I do. I'm the guy that wants no rules and the strong to,
Right.
To always be able, the masses be able to control everything and not the rich. Let's just know we have more people than you. Right?
It's not fair.
So I don't know. That's a horrible segue into what I wanted to ask you, Tim.
Well, someday I hope I have enough money that somebody wants to off me.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they're out there.
You probably already are.
Yeah, you don't even have any money and they're out there, right?
That's true, Colby. That's true.
I mean, I've thought about that a couple of nights.
I know you did, but then you're like, oh, then I got to do a solo show.
And I
That's
would
a
be
lot more
okay
work.
with it.
That's a lot more work.
It would be a lot more work. I'd have to learn more about the button pushing of everything going on. But to think that I don't have enough words that could roll out of my mouth in consequence order that I couldn't do a show. I mean, it wouldn't make sense. I don't think anybody can stay in the middle of my brain and be sane.
So I like the truth that's coming out that the only reason I'm on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show is so Colby doesn't have to learn to push buttons.
I'm lazy.
I mean, I bring nothing else to the table.
Sure you do.
Other than my button pushing fingers.
Sure you do.
And sometimes I get creative and push some buttons with some else.
I mean, there's also the times to where you like start belittling women. And that's like one of the things that I stay away from. It's either that or you get borderline racist.
Like, why do teachers get paid so much money?
Right. It's at those two sides. I'm like, you know what? I stay away from those landmines. And here you are just throwing them out there in the middle of the road saying, trip on that, trip on that, trip on that.
And then to find Colby under the table.
Right.
Hiding.
Yeah, because it's like the two.
I learned it from you, Colby. All those years of KNC After Dark.
Yes, but you never heard me I never belittled women. I just didn't. And I didn't do that, and I didn't go in the other direction.
You wanted to.
Never did.
But you wanted to.
Never did.
I was catching those vibes.
I usually just held them on the trophy case. It's like, there they are. There's the women. You just keep them there.
Catching the vibes.
So, but Tim, I know drones, everything, all the things that you just mentioned, but Tim, I have an idea.
Okay. That gonna make us any money?
It won't make us any money, but I don't know your stance on this. And I think I've thought about asking you this nearly every year at about this same time of year, but I don't, or maybe I do. And I forget that I have, but Tim, how big in the Tim Ham world is the release again back into the sphere that is known as Earth is the existence of the McRIB?
Okay, so this has taken up different priorities through different times of my life.
Right.
The first time the McRIB ever came out in, I guess, the 80s?
Yeah.
Was it the 80s, I think? It was the biggest thing for me on the planet. Because McDonald's, to me, was the biggest thing on the planet. It was my favorite place to eat. They just opened one up in the colony where I lived. I no longer had to drive over an hour to the nearest McDonald's. And I ate the McRib like every day, back when it cost, I think, 79 cents when it first came out or some BS like that. Then it goes away. I didn't see it literally for years and years and years and years. So I didn't forget about it. I just didn't see it. But then it was less important. And I didn't actually try it again for like maybe 30 years.
Yeah.
And then more recently, like maybe the last 10 years, I've rediscovered it. And to me, it's not the same. I don't know what's different about it. It's not the same. But I still, when I'm thinking about it, like now I want one now that we're talking about it. Yeah. And I just think, I don't know what McDonald's does to their barbecue sauce or their fake rib meat or their onions or their pickles. But when you put it all together on that bread, dude, it is unequaled.
You know what? I hold it in the same spot too. And do you find it weird that very few people admit to having that same amount of affection for a McDonald's sandwich? Because I'd be around radio people all the time. And back when I enjoyed the McRib quite a lot, right when it come out. I was the guy that would get the combo, and then you could get an extra McRib for $1.
Yes, I forgot about that.
And so I would do that because my thinking was I get more food. Duh.
That reminds me, you know how I used to order it the last time they had it? And I only had one McDonald's that would do this for me. The double McRib.
Ooh.
So it's like the McRib Big Mac.
Okay.
So, and I just have to do that. I'd order two of them. And then I would do a McRib in between the McRibs, right? But I would just do one piece of bread. And then I got, you know what, screw that. And then I want the McRib, I want double meat. And they would really just charge you for two McRibs at that point. But I didn't care. I just thought it was great.
So I remember, how's talking working for you, Colby? Not well, everybody. So I remember that it was one of the first years I was doing KNC. And the McRib came out. And I looked at that time, two huge co-hosts of mine. They were big-bodied boys,
Yeah, they
right?
were big gentlemen.
And Jesse Holly was in on the show too at that point.
Not a big,
No.
big, but not in the same way.
No, he's all muscle, and he like doesn't eat food for like a month or something at the beginning of the year, and does crazy stuff to keep his body looking right. But so I look at Kevin and I look at Corey and I go, I got to go downstairs because we had a McDonald's that was like right
there in
next
the
to
parking lot,
right.
yeah.
I got to go downstairs, and they're like, they saw the urgency in my face, and they're like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Dude, the McRib is back. What do you
just noticed during the show, right?
Yeah, the commercial happened, and I was like, "Holy crap! I got to go. The McRib is back." And so I came back to I ran down there during a break. They had to carry they carried the show anyway. Yeah, but. There was no Colby for like a half a segment as I waited for my double because I got the extra sandwich for $1 at that point, right? And so I come back and I'm unloading this McDonald's buffet that I'm going to eat myself in front of me. I remember Jesse Holly looking at me and goes, "You really going to eat that?" Like shock.
Jesse, for those of you that don't know, Jesse Holly's an ex-Cowboys, ex-NFL wide receiver with the Patriots. He won the Michael Irvin reality show,
Mr. Fourth and Long,
which is now his ex-handle at Mr. Fourth and Long.
He looked at me and he goes, like shock, like I said, shock and awe of, like he's about to witness a car accident.
Yeah, and he knows it's coming.
You really going to eat that? Like you eat this? This is food you're about to put in my body, or your body. And
he was mortified.
He looked like I said to him, I am about to take a dump on the table.
Which probably also happened.
And that's how he looked at me. And as in between like segments, me just throwing back one McRib in the middle of a commercial break and like half the fries, and the next commercial break, another McRib and the other half of the fries. Mm-hmm. We came back after that. And he goes, "Are you okay?"
He was concerned for your well-being.
He was concerned for my health of what I just consumed. I didn't know the calorie count at that point in my life.
No, like me now, I don't know what a calorie means. But I know when they're high, they're bad.
Okay, Tim. Basic. A calorie is the amount of spended energy that it will take in order to burn that fuel. So it's your fuel ration. So how many calories you should eat by what you do is set at this. In other words, your tank, your energy tank.
Oh, I can talk tank.
So not taint.
Oh.
Tank.
Okay, I'll talk that too.
And if you eat over that amount of calories, you will gain weight. If you eat under that amount of calories, you will lose weight.
Okay, so there's a correlation between food and my weight.
Yes.
What you're telling me.
Yes.
Huh.
So there you go, Tim.
All right.
So anyway,
we all learned something there.
The McRib is back, and I am contemplating, because I've given myself some time before I get back into do everything Colby. I've given myself to the first of the year.
Okay.
To just kind of mellow out, since I've already went on this. I turned everything down.
Are we drinking again?
We are not drinking again.
Come on.
We are not doing
when's
that.
When's Fun
part.
Colby coming back?
He's always here. He's just sober.
Okay, when's Drunk Colby coming back?
That I don't know, Tim.
And Buzzed Colby.
I don't.
I'm more interested in Buzzed Colby than Drunk Colby.
Drunk Colby's naked.
Okay, I've been with Drunk Colby, and neither one of us were naked.
You know what?
Are we going mudding Colby?
You weren't with totally drunk Colby.
No, I wasn't. No, because you were working.
Yeah, you were with drinking Colby. No, totally drunk Colby has put away most of that whiskey bottle that was a handle. Everybody, that was a handle.
I just miss the Colby that when I would walk into a KNC remote somewhere,
my eyes would light up because I knew whiskey was on its way at some point.
Colby knew within 10 minutes of me arriving, there would be 2 or 3 shots of JMO in front of him.
Yep.
And he was so excited. And I would ask, I'm like, hey, man, before I even said, do you want a shot? It would be, yep.
Yes, I do.
And I'd be, okay, here we go. It's on.
Yes, I do.
I think I gave you Fireball one time, and you looked at me like, do I look like a girl?
Yeah. I never do the sweet drinks. I just don't.
Have you ever had the peanut butter, the screwball?
I've tried this because I am a big fan of peanut butter.
Right, right.
But it just didn't. I'd rather have the peanut butter and then later drink
a Jameson?
Yeah, drink the whiskey.
All right, fair enough.
Appreciated the whiskey flavor. So for those that think that all we're going to do is total nonsense, we do have a show prepared for you guys tonight. We are going to go over the Cowboys season, and that's coming up in our sports report. I've got the good, bad, and ugly Facebook birthdays. Famous birthdays. He's got Facebook. Maybe he doesn't.
I will.
And Mystery Shotgun is going to be, well, we might have a death in the movies that we pretty much told you was going to die anyway. So, oh yeah, we'll probably also be able to tell you how to watch most of that movie for free.
Oh, cool.
And NFL picks against the spread versus the coin. Me and Tim versus the coin. Then I have news and notes. So that's the show diagram laid out there for you. But before we get to all of that, it is time for me to look at Tim and say, hey, Tim.
Hey, Colby.
What day is it today, bud?
Really glad you asked me, Colby. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what to do with that information. Let's talk about what day it is, as we haven't done this segment in a while. Thought we might as well get back to it.
Right.
And this is the day where we celebrate all of the national days, like if it's whatever. For instance, today is National App Day, Colby.
How apropos.
Take a selfie for the gram, tweet your thoughts, or play your favorite music. So let's celebrate your favorite app. What's your favorite app on your phone, Colby?
My favorite app on my phone is my PlayStation Remote Play.
I believe that 100%.
Followed by YouTube Music.
Okay. You're still on the YouTube Music thing, huh?
Followed by Audible.
Audible, that's right. You're doing the people reading books to you thing.
That's correct.
I think when I look at my phone, my favorite app, other than the FanStream Sports app where you can download and listen to our great programming 24/7.
I didn't get to number 4.
Well, it's number 1 for me.
Right.
Unfortunately, my favorite app is probably DoorDash.
Oh, okay.
It's not my favorite. That's one I use the most. But Colby, my favorite app is probably X.
Okay.
I'm doing a lot of Xing lately.
I need to do more of that. I never think to with what I'm doing. It's never like, I should tweet about that.
Yeah.
Like I should probably, when I have something stupid happen on like the video game, I should probably tweet the clip.
You should.
And put it out there. So I may have to start doing that.
And send it to me so we can put it on our YouTube channel.
There it is.
And our TikTok channel. Stuff like that would go good on TikTok, I think.
It would
probably
go
if it's
good
video game related. Mm-hmm. You guys make sure you follow us. I'm at IndyCar Tim. He is at Colby Sapp with 2 P's. You can also follow us, FanStream Sports DFW, at FanStream Sports DFW. All your latest and greatest DFW sports related information and breaking news there. Colby, it is also National John Day.
Like the bathroom?
Well, there's a picture of a dude, but it's John with no H. Jon Day.
So,
you know Johns with no H's?
I mean, I probably do.
I think that would be my preferred spelling of John if I was a John.
Jon?
Yeah.
I
would be JONN.
Yeah, because you need more consonants in every one of your names.
The more the merrier.
No apparent reason whatsoever.
I got reasons.
You don't have good ones.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay. The H is always, every time I spell it, the H is going to be in there unless you tell me it's not. So I'm guessing my preferred method is going to be John with an H, even though it really doesn't serve any purpose.
Right.
It's just an extra letter, but also 3-letter names, I think you need more. That may be the reason
why I'm Tim with 2 M's.
There you go.
But what's weird is like Jonathan is usually without the H.
Right.
But then you change it to short for John, you throw in a letter, even though you're shortening it. And then there's the very unstable Jonathan with an H, which just doesn't look good. It just looks weird.
Yeah, and if your name is spelled like that, then I probably would misspell that.
Yeah.
So,
for sure. Colby, it is also National Noodle Ring Day, which is the generic way to say SpaghettiOs Day.
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on SpaghettiOs?
My least favorite thing to exist in the world of canned foods is
I bet I have 10 cans of SpaghettiOs with meatballs in my pantry right now to go along with probably 8 cans of Chef Boyardee ravioli.
Every time when it was a quick lunch and whatever, and the person was, or who I ended up with SpaghettiOs, right? As a child, I would try them.
Yeah.
And even though it says SpaghettiOs on it, there was no hint that this was spaghetti whatsoever. And the sauce is really sweet. And I can't do it.
Really?
I can't do it. No, no.
I love the sauce in SpaghettiOs and ravioli.
No.
It doesn't taste that sweet to me at all.
It's sugary.
Do you not put sugar in your spaghetti sauce when you make it at home, your marinara?
No, I do not.
I probably shouldn't be doing that. I used to put brown sugar in it. Make it a little syrupy.
No, there's no reason to do that, Tim.
You put Skittles in your
No.
marinara? No? I probably should stop doing that too.
Yeah, taste the rainbow.
Oh, man, I've tasted some rainbows, Colby.
Mm.
Colby, it is also National Holiday Food Drive for Needy Animals Day.
Man, feed the animals.
Yep, everything here at the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show and FanStream Sports, we support food drives for people, for animals, but especially we like animals more than we like most people.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, so we especially support the Animal Food Bank charities more so than people. But
And Tim is a little biased in this direction, but I'm going to tell the rest of you, don't be biased. Just because cats are weird doesn't mean they don't need stuff.
yeah, I don't support food for cats.
Cats are weird, but they're funny weird. So just get past it.
Meh. Colby, finally, for what day is it? I feel like it's a day we should all support. It's International Mountain Day.
Is it mountain time?
I guess it's mountain time? We going mudding, Colby?
It's my favorite time zone, by the way, everybody. Mountain time.
Why is the mountain time your favorite time zone?
Because it's always mountain time.
Can you name one city in the mountain time zone?
No, but mountain times means it's time to mount something.
So you're not talking about mountain time. You're
No.
talking about mountain time.
It's mountain time. It's time to mount. And when you're on the mount, feeling better about life.
You're feeling better about everything.
That's right.
There you go. There's
Take
your what
that.
day is, Colby. That was a week. What day is it? That's why we quit doing it. But we'll do a good one next week for sure.
Or will we?
I'll just make stuff up if it's another one like that.
Hey, I thought we ended on a high note with mountain time.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah!
Thank you, LA Knight. Thank you, me.
That's what I'm talking about. Colby, what's up next on our thing
Well,
that I've spent so much time working on?
It is time, Tim, for us to talk a little sports with the Sports Reports.
We used to have music for that, too.
We still do,
Ooh,
Tim.
how about that?
We found it.
Colby, Dallas Cowboys are in trouble.
I know they almost stupidly won that game.
So, look, everybody knows the Cowboys situation right now. The Cowboys are 5-8.
Thank God that guy had the wherewithal to play that play, particularly like that.
Aruyere,
Yes.
whatever his name is.
Thank you, man, because we were really trying to win this game, and we don't need W's, we need L's.
So
a lot of them.
That brings me to my topic. What? It's hard to cheer for the Cowboys to lose as a Cowboys fan.
It is.
Is that where you find yourself right now, though? Wait, no, I'm not just saying. There's a difference between being okay with a loss and cheering for a loss.
So
when you were at the end of that game, that Cowboys-Bengals game, Monday night, it's Monday Night Football, it's national TV, it's at AT&T Stadium.
Right?
Not so much of a huge crowd, but more than people than I expected, I'll be very honest with you. I think more people were at the Big 12 championship game on Saturday that I went to than was at the Cowboys game, and that wasn't nearly sold out. Mm-hmm. Iowa State and Arizona State, by the way. But at the end of the game, when it's tied 20-20, and the Bengals are forced to punt with 2 minutes left, just under 2 minutes, in your brain, were you just thinking, this is sweet, the Cowboys have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal here? Or were you thinking in your brain, I hope the Cowboys go 3 and out and kick it away to the Bengals?
My brain was...
Because those are subconscious thoughts. Like, you're not meaning to...
My brain was, as my outside thoughts were, as well, as I remember looking at Civil and going, they're going to screw around and stupidly win this game. All the things that I need to happen are not happening. It didn't feel like when you're cheering for them to win and it looks like a loss could happen, like that's just in your gut sickening. But I have given up on the chances of the Cowboys doing something this season, and now it's time for the rational side of my brain to kick in and go, then we need L's because we need better draft positioning. That's the only thing that's good that can come out of this season.
Okay. Now, are you aware the Cowboys are not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs yet?
Yes, I am aware of that.
Okay.
But I am also aware that the idea that Cooper Rush is going to lead this offense well enough with the defense playing as, well, let's call it what it is, not great.
Yeah.
And they're going to go into the playoffs against any of these teams that are otherwise playoff bound and have a snowball's chance in hell to be able to do anything to make it to that upper, NFC championship game to possibly the Super Bowl.
Right.
To think that could happen is, well, there's not good odds. It's not great odds at all.
Not at all.
So, yeah, no, I don't care that they still have a shot at making the playoffs.
So let's go through the scenario, and there's only one scenario in which they would make the playoffs this season, all right? They have to win their final 4 games. They're at the Panthers, which we'll get into in a second. The Bucs come here. By the way, I will be at that game, sitting in the press box, Colby, representing FanStream Sports.
What up?
At the Eagles and home against the Commanders. All right, the Commanders are the team you're chasing.
Correct.
So the Cowboys have to win out, which means the Commanders lose that last game of the season, right? The Commanders also have to lose 2 of their other 3 remaining games, which are against Philadelphia,
Okay.
Atlanta, and New Orleans. So Cowboys have to win out, and the Commanders have to lose 3 of 4, which one of those would be to the Cowboys, and then they have to lose to either the Saints, Falcons, or Eagles. Now, they're on a little bit of a skid here on the tail end of the season.
Right.
Jaden Daniels looks a little human, but there's no way they drop 3 of their final 4 games. I don't see that happening.
I don't see that happening at all, even though you wonder if the Cowboys are a little bit of a bugaboo for this young team, and with Dan Quinn, maybe that fires them up because they looked like a totally different team, or the Commanders looked totally like not themselves against the Cowboys when they went there. So
They did.
I mean, that could be a shot, but to think that New Orleans or Atlanta's hurting too. So I can't see
Lost 4 in a row.
Yeah, I can't see Atlanta getting after it.
The Bucs have finally passed them for the division after losing twice to them early.
And I can't see New Orleans doing anything at all. So
Nope.
I don't see that happening, thank goodness.
You're right.
Because, I mean, you make it into the playoffs with this. If you were to have, and there's already been rumblings out there, Troy Aikman's even come out and said that they need to give Coach McCarthy another go. And I hate that he put his little stamp on it.
Right.
Shut up, Troy. I mean, you're respected and everything, and I watched you win them Super Bowls, and I'm glad you won it for my team. But
Now he wants McCarthy back.
he wants McCarthy back. He thinks McCarthy should get another season. And you know what would ensure that McCarthy got another season? Him taking this team to the playoffs.
Yeah. We used to say it was only a championship game appearance, right? NFC championship.
Right.
But after the way the season's gone, if he finishes 6-10, 7-9, or what it be 7-8, or 7-10, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a chance he comes back, I think, now. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying, but surely you're bringing in a new offensive coordinator.
I would think. But we're talking about things that would be smart to do. And right now, I have zero faith that Jerry Jones and crew, Steven and all of them, are going to come up with the smart thing to do. Yeah. And I say smart, they could be sitting back and they could actually be listening to this and going, we're smart. Oh, yeah, no, you're smarter than me in like every direction except for apparently football. As far as making money, as far as everything else, you have the intelligence to do a lot of things that I couldn't even consider holding into my brain and making it work.
Right.
And you can do that. But I don't know how you look at what you're doing with this football team and look at the gathered brains that you have supposedly supporting you and telling you and offering up what they think, and you come up with a lot of this mess.
And then just the way this team has been put together this season, even if the entire staff comes back next year and you have a healthy Dak Prescott, you go through the draft. The draft in 2025, April of 2025, by the way, we'll be hot and heavy all over that for you here on FanStream Sports.
Damn right.
Will dictate the success level and any activity in free agency. Here we are. It's December 11th, and we're talking about off-season draft picks and free agency already.
We need to be.
Colby, if you want to be excited about draft picks, I don't know if you saw ESPN Phil Yates mock draft from today.
I did not.
The Cowboys would be picking 12th. Guess who the Cowboys picked at 12, Colby? And I've never been so excited about a mock draft pick that I know won't happen in my life.
Oh, please tell me.
Boise State's Ashton Genty at number 12. I don't think he goes in the first round, but I hope the Cowboys get him.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, I love Rico Dowdle. This rushing game has certainly seen a resurgence in the past 4 games.
Right.
And I'm okay with Rico Dowdle being on this roster next year. I don't have a problem with that at all. I don't know that he needs to be the number 1, or if he is, please have a rookie behind him that you drafted in the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th round. And they don't have a 4th round pick right now.
I would like to, and again, I've said this before and I'll say this again. I need the defensive line and the offensive line. I know you've been drafting heavy in there, but you need to do that more. We need the most talent. I want the biggest, fastest dudes that you can get in that situation. I almost want to go full Raiders on the
Right.
I don't care if he can play football. How fast is he?
Yeah.
Right.
How big is he? Can he block?
Yeah. Is he the size of a house? I want to see houses with Dallas Cowboys helmets on running down the field. That's what I want to see.
Right.
So that's kind of where I'm at. The Cowboys season, by the way, what nobody's really talking about a whole lot with the Cowboys season on the brink, and hopefully it falls off so we get that better draft pick. It's the Mavericks season's doing really well right now.
Wait, are they? Didn't they lose last night?
They did lose last night, but they've been on a little bit of a tear. And let me tell you.
Do these games in this weird tournament thing that they're playing, do those even count for the regular season?
They do count for the regular season as well as the tournament. Yes.
Why is there a tournament?
It's going to take more than just it being in its 2nd year for people to be like, I really care about this thing. Like, it's,
out.
you do you're out on basketball.
No, I'm out on the NBA.
You're out. Yeah, I think you're out on basketball.
Hate the NBA.
So, and
Can't wait for LeBron to retire or die, whichever comes first.
by the way, I don't believe it was LeBron that killed your NBA basketball.
What do you think it was? Because it was him.
No, I don't think it was at all. I think the style of play now is that everybody is trying to be like, which could end up being the greatest player of all time. Everybody's trying to be like him, and
Gross.
they're not,
Be better.
which is Steph Curry.
Be good. I don't mind Steph Curry. I'm not a fan of Steph Curry, but I don't mind Steph Curry. I don't think he plays the game the right way, but
Of course he doesn't play the game the right way when it's considered in the textbook version because he can hit from everywhere on the court, Tim.
yeah, I've never seen him successfully drive the ball to the basket.
He has done that plenty of times.
Not when I watched.
No, because all the highlights are him heaving it from
I
half
know,
court.
from beyond the arc, yeah. I know, it's disgusting. I don't know, man. And we will. We're going to do a segment with the Mavs. We've got Mark Followell says he'll come on the show as long as it's not a game night, obviously.
Nice.
And for him, that doesn't just mean Mavericks because he does a lot of other shit that he's calling FC Dallas.
Can't believe we're going to have kickball
College.
head.
The golden-throated Wah, as we called him at the ticket. And then,
Wait,
of course,
wasn't he kickball head?
Skin Wade.
Oh, yes. The Skininator.
The Skininator, and through those two, we might be able to get an actual Maverick on. I don't know. I'm thinking Bill Wennington.
You're thinking really old school here?
Does he not play anymore?
I think he does.
Oh, sorry.
You-
Jim
and-
Spinarkle.
And most Maverick fans remember Bill Wennington from when he played with the Bulls.
Oh, he's on the Bulls?
Yes.
He's a great Maverick. George McLeod.
No.
No, it's not still there. Mike Isolino.
No. Even though I think I still got his signed autograph card somewhere in my house.
Detlef Schrempf.
The Sonic?
Oh, he's a Maverick first. Then he went to the Sonics and then to Indiana where he was more well-known. Anyway, there you go. There's our fun with sports.
That is fun with sports. Hey, coming up next, we are going to get into the good, bad, and the ugly. So it's my chance to do celebrity birthdays, and I have a short but interesting mystery shotgun. That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show.
Hello, sports fans.
FanStream Sports.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about turf life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your turf life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
For more than 3 decades, Bob's Steak and Chop House has remained an icon of DFW restaurants. Why? Well, maybe it's because of Bob. He's fanatical about cleanliness and friendliness, and his food, oh my Lord, his food. If you've been there, you know about it. If you haven't been there, you should know about it. The original Bob welcomes you at either of his 2 locations, Bob's on Lemon Avenue or the sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Coming back at you.
Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show right here on FanStream Sports, live from the FanStream Sports studios here in North Dallas. You've got us for our weekly trip into your brain, your weekly visit into our brains, our collective brains, which isn't always a fun trip.
No.
It could be dangerous for a lot of people.
There's traps in that brain collection.
We do have some fun stuff for you coming up. We've got Colby's Mystery Shotgun, the cancellation of a movie I was getting ready to go see, or not the cancellation, but I guess they're pulling it.
Yeah, they're
Something
pulling
like
it.
that. Of a movie I was getting ready to go see that I know nothing about, but Colby, the way he described it, even though he said it wasn't going to be good, I wanted to go see it anyway. We'll get into that a little bit. Our Week 15 NFL picks against the spread coming up. May have some tidbits for you. At some point, Colby, here in the second half of the show, we're going to play the Mark Gastineau, Brett Favre video, their little dust up, as it was described online. And I'd have some questions for you after that that I think only you can answer.
So it's dust up questions.
They're dust up questions. They're
All right.
old man dust up questions.
All right, then.
Coming up after that. But before we get to all of those shenanigans, we have other shenanigans in the form of this.
This music means it's time for my segment, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, where I go through the internet searching for people that have a birthday today. Then I make a list of the people that are famous enough to be put on my list, and I offer them up to you guys, along with me and Tim separately, to decide of each of us our answers of who is the good person, who is the bad person, and who is the ugly person out of this list. Thus the music, thus the title of this segment. Starting off today, a KNC masterpiece notable. Yeah, that's right. Easy for me to say. Is one passed away, by the way, in 1897.
I remember him.
Charles Radbourne. I remember Kevin Hagelin doing a segment, a sports history segment about Charles.
Start doing those.
Charles Radbourne.
Except you hate history.
I do, but usually the delivery of Kevin Hagelin and me and Corey just trying to trip him as he goes about his way of being really interested in something drags me back in to being all right with the segment. So Charles Radbourne probably needs to be known about a whole lot more people than what actually do, because his stat line of things that he did in baseball is stupefying.
Colby, in 1884, he had a win-loss record of 60-12 with a 1.38 ERA. He appeared in 75 games with 73 complete games.
That seems like too many.
With 11 shutouts and 1 save. His total innings pitched, Colby, it's the second most in the history of baseball that goes back to the mid-1850s, if you don't know. 678.2 innings pitched.
Wear and tear on the arm wasn't happening to Charles Radbourne. The thing is, though,
He said pitch count? What's
Yeah.
that?
if he was around playing baseball and not the 1880s, but the 1980s, and his name was Charles Radbourne, or I would think he'd be called Chuck Radbourne.
Chuck Radbourne.
Which is just the straight action hero name that needs to be happening. Chuck Radbourne. So there you go. Do yourself a favor.
And if you're asking yourself, hey, what team did he play for? Well, from 1881 through 1885, including 1884, which is he threw that stat line at you, he played for the Providence Grays. Who?
Yep.
Yeah, they're the Providence Grays. Remember, this was the early years. The National League, Colby, if you don't know, came into existence in 1879.
Correct.
So there's a lot of teams that came and went, back in those days. He also played for Boston. He played for the Boston Reds of the Players League, and then he finally retired after the 1891 season when he was with the Cincinnati Reds, or as they say, the Cincinnati Reds.
Well, I don't know what they said back then.
Probably Cincinnati.
You think so?
I mean, I was there.
I know you weren't.
About the year I graduated high school.
Turning 57 years old today. Unique. Wait, no. Monique. Sorry.
Unique?
Monique turns 57. Just a newer.
Wait, that's just one name, Monique?
Monique.
What is
She.
Monique? Is that like Madonna and Cher? She just has one name?
Yeah, she just has one name. And she's the classy, big-boned comedy lady that would just...
Oh, she's a comedian?
Well, she's She's pretty much, it's Monique. I don't know how else to describe Monique.
I've never seen her or heard of her in my life. Is she funny? I mean, most fat black chicks are funny.
She would be a person that I think I would love to sit down and see what happens day to day in her brain.
Oh no.
Just to see.
All right.
Because I've had worse. She's in stuff, it's like you notice that, oh my, because she's like takes the screen whenever she's in. So Monique, 57. George Mason, hold your feet right, passed away in 1792. So it's
Who?
George Mason,
the jazz singer,
political figure.
George Mason. I should know who George Mason is.
Wait, he's not the guy that started the Masons?
No.
Okay.
I think so.
1792. I figured he started something with his last name. He's
a founding father. I mean,
of the Masons.
No, the Masons would have been around long before that.
Okay. Then he was a Mason, I bet.
Well, most of them were. All the founding fathers were Masons.
Okay.
You know what that means, right? It doesn't mean that's their name.
Right. It's history. I don't care.
Carry on, Colby.
Jermaine Jackson, 70 years old.
Colby. Michael's big brother.
The lesser of the Jacksons?
No. He was the oldest brother. You know, if you want to go who is best and least in that family, I don't think you have to make a list. It's strictly Michael at the top. And you can just put all the other ones after that, including Janet, by the way.
Janet was a severe number 2 for quite a while.
I mean,
that one.
I don't think. Look, there was no bigger Jackson fan, and I don't mean Michael Jackson, although I was. But the Jacksons in the 80s, as they were known, they weren't the Jackson 5 anymore. They were the Jacksons.
I mean, I'll turn up some Black Cat.
Colby, I saw them in concert. I saw the Jacksons, their victory tour, in 1983 at Texas Stadium.
And then she had that one video where she had sand on her boobs.
Then she had that Super Bowl where Justin Timberlake
unveiled
pulled a Lego off her boob or something.
Yeah. Have you naked by the end of the, like, oh, it was an accident. No, the lyric is, I'll have you naked by the end of this song. And then there she was, and she had what, I don't even know what, I mean, it would just look like some kind of clamp on her areola. It was a star clamp of some sort. Everybody got to see that in like not quite HD, so you're trying to figure it out because it's grainy the closer you get to your screen. You had the pause thing still happening, so.
Did we have pause back then? I don't even remember when that was. Early 2000s?
I do remember being able to go, hey, rewind that.
What Super Bowl was that?
I don't remember, but I remember being able, because I was outside smoking like my 8th pack of cigarettes that day.
Grief. Colby, you smoke?
I used to.
That was Super Bowl 38, which would have been, I don't know. Why don't they just say it was these teams? For the love of God, Colby.
I just remember going, wow. Kind of always wanted to see the top of the mountain. Now I'm not sure if I did or not.
For the love of God.
Ryder Strong is 45. Cool name.
Panthers Patriots, Colby. 2004.
Cool name for Mr. Ryder Strong.
Ride or Die?
It sounds like a porn name.
And who is he? What's his birthday?
He's 45 years old today.
Do I know him from somewhere?
He
sounds like a superhero.
He is. He's not a superhero. He's one of the dudes in Boy Meets World or something like that.
I never watched that show. I was like in my 50s when that show came out. All right. Okay. So I only have a recollection of him because when this show, I guess, was on, or maybe it was already over. Of course, my most recent ex,
right,
out of the dozens that I was married to for 16 years, was born in 83. So she was a big fan of that show, right?
Right.
And when our first child we had together, we wanted to name him Ryder. And I never really heard it as a name, but I liked it with a Y or Y. And I remember her mentioning this show and that one of the actors' name was Ryder, but it was with an I, which I hate the way that looks. Okay, I got you now.
The fact that his name I think its actual name, not stage name, is Ryder Strong.
You know what his middle name is?
Please tell me.
King. Colby, his name is Ryder King Strong. How badass is that?
If it was...
I want to be his friend now.
If his middle name was Super, I think it'd be even funnier.
I don't know, man. That's pretty strong, dude. Oh, I didn't even mean that as a pun.
Ryder Super Strong.
Like, you think if we got him on the show...
You know Ryder Strong is just... That's mountain time, right?
It's mountain time. That's right.
You Ryder Strong, boy.
We're not talking
Ryder
about
Strong.
Time zones either.
Nikki Sixx turns, I S you not, 66 years old today.
All right. You know what? Not a bad bass player.
Nope.
Not great, but for the type of music he excels in and Motley Crue excelled in, you didn't need the best bass player. You just need to have somebody that could keep good time.
You keep good time and carry the image.
And dude, that was Nikki Sixx carried the image so far, Colby, that he died.
And came back.
And then came back because he wasn't done.
No, he died, came back, and then formed a band about that time that he died called 6 a.m. and had one hit song.
And then had a really hot, awesome radio show.
Yes.
The Sixth Sense with what was Casey Kasem's daughter?
I imagine it's something Kasem.
Something, Carrie Kasem. She was hot too, by the way.
Rey Mysterio Jr. turns 50 years old today.
Colby, he's younger than me.
It's a 619. He still wrestles.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
He spells the one name Ray the way it should be spelled.
I remember his first time I saw him when he was wrestling for WCW, and he comes out, and of course he's wearing the luchador mask, and his version of the mask is really cool with like the wings and stuff.
Does he have different versions? Because I saw different pictures when I was looking at mine.
He has different colors, but it all have like the wings on the sides. That's his.
Oh, okay, I got you.
That's his kind of trademark, right?
Right.
And but he comes out and he does a.
Isn't his kid wrestle?
His kid's one of the biggest heels in WWE right now.
I was putting that together, yeah.
He comes out and he does a Hurricanrana, but he flips it into a small package by swinging himself through the legs of the other guy, grabbing their legs and flipping them over into a pin. And the first time I saw that, I thought, well, A, that's something that I could never do as a human being.
Right.
And B, dear sweet God, that is the quickest, coolest move I've ever seen. So he started not being able to perform that as well as he aged. And so he had to change his finisher to now the 619.
Uh-huh.
But that for a while, and plus swinging through somebody's legs while you have your legs wrapped around their head, if you swing too fast, you can hit yourself in the head on the ground, right? So he'd done that a couple of times trying to get through. But man, and back of the head's not where you want to land on the ground.
Oh, even on the soft mat.
It's not soft.
It gives.
I swear, Tim. We go find a wrestling ring and let me pick you up.
I can see it give. You can see it on TV.
You know
I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. I'm not saying that.
Let's go find. You know what? Let's not even go find a ring. Let's go find somebody's. I don't know. Their wooden.
No, not doing it.
Waterbed? Around a pool.
No.
It's the decking. Let's go find somebody's decking that has a wooden decking. And let me throw you on that and see if you don't bounce.
It doesn't give.
If I throw you hard enough, you will bounce.
I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying you can see it bounce. It's not like, never mind, I'm going to lose this argument. For y'all that don't know, Colby wrestled, okay? So he's got firsthand knowledge of all that, way more than me. I'm just saying.
And also carpet padding doesn't help as much as everybody thinks it does.
No.
It does not. Once they remove that weight, whatever, the exercise mats from the floor, and they're like, hey, we're going to fall on concrete, it pretty much feels about the same.
You know what else doesn't ever help? Condoms. Just quit using them.
Brenda Lee turns 80 years old today.
The singer?
Yep.
Back in the day, man, she was a looker.
And finally, Haley Steinfeld is 28 years old today.
Okay, I only know her because of Josh Allen. What is she? Like
you've also seen her as Kate Bishop in
that movie
in the Disney Plus series, as she was the daughter of Hawkeye. The one that was also running.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Haley Steinfeld.
Okay, so I didn't know she was there. I was told she was the little girl in the remake of what was the freaking John Wayne movie, and then Jeff Bridges was in the remake. It's on whatever. It's on the tip of my tongue. Then I saw the remake with Jeff Bridges, and it has a little girl in it, and apparently she was that. So
well, she was that, but now she's in the MCU, Tim. So there you be.
Yeah, she's pretty cute. I'm pretty sure she could do better than Josh Allen. Like she could probably find like a top tier quarterback if she wanted to date a quarterback.
Well, take that, G. Because you'll be listening right now and probably have a fit. His favorite quarterback in the league.
No, I'm not. He's not bad. I just feel like he's the white Dak Prescott. That's exactly what he is.
And G's yelling at his phone right now.
Well, good for G. I like Josh Allen. I like the Bills. I hope they do well. And this year they have maybe their best chance. And by the way, he's having a career year. He's laid off the turnovers. He's having a great season. Okay, just don't put him up there with Patrick Mahomes, Jared Goff, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. Stop it. He's not.
Wow. Okay. I can't go there with you, Tim. I want a dog pile on this as well because I have a secret thing where I try to keep G as pissed off as possible talking about this.
Well, just agree with me then.
I can't.
You don't have to be true.
I can't do it, Tim. I can't do what you agree with what you just said because he does belong in that talk. He does.
All right. Well, in the talk, but don't put him on the list.
He belongs on the list, Tim.
I disagree. Is he better than Jim Kelly?
Like
right now, if he retired today, is he ahead of Jim Kelly?
No, because Jim Kelly went to 3 different Super Bowls.
4, dude.
That I count.
We did 4 straight Super Bowls. I mean, he lost all of them. 2 of them to the Cowboys. By the way, I think Jim Kelly hates the NFC East because he lost 4 Super Bowls to NFC East teams.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Haley Steinfeld, she's cute.
There
she
you
could
are.
do better.
That is your good, bad, and ugly famous people list, Tim.
Colby, celebrating Facebook. We haven't done this in a while. Celebrating Facebook, or as I almost said, Facebook. Birthdays today. Who the hell is that? Becky Hummel. Happy birthday to you.
Happy Hermer.
Becca Padron. Happy birthday to you.
Happy to all Beckys out there.
The unstable last name Kennedy instead of Kennedy, Courtney Kennedy.
Okay.
Turns 32. Sherry Fair. Happy birthday to Sherry.
Let's be fair.
And my buddy, Colby, who anybody that ever hung around Dallas and Lower Greenville and the West End Marketplace in the last 30 years, you probably know him because he was a bouncer at seemingly every club that you wanted to get into that you shouldn't be in.
Okay.
He was the guy outside the door because my buddy Jason Woody, Jason Wood, we call him Woody.
Okay.
One of my motorcycle buddies.
Woody?
He is one of the biggest human beings that you will find on the planet, and I don't mean that he's fat.
Oh, he's a brick of a human being.
You were right, by the way.
Yep, there he is.
Tall, thick, and congratulations to him. He completely outkicked his coverage and recently married his longtime girlfriend, who should have been mine, but whatever. That's a story for another day between me and Jason. But happy birthday to you, Jason. I love you, brother. You're weird. He can never be on the air because you think I'm pulling us in the ditch. Dude's got 48 different Facebook accounts because he keeps getting banned.
Nice.
He is right up your alley, Colby.
Nice.
Like you guys would get along big time.
All right.
And also, if you need your credit fixed, you need to call him because he
Woody.
does it legit. Yeah. Jason Woody on Facebook. Happy birthday to you, brother. All right, Colby. I got to get Haley Steinfeld off of the screen here. Well, look, this is kind of a no-brainer for me. Usually, I try to go hot. I don't feel like we have hots.
Haley Steinfeld is...
I don't think she's hot. She's cute. And she's by far the best-looking person on this list. However, when I don't see an obvious hot, I normally go sports. or rock and roll, right? I love Nikki Sixx, one of my top 5 favorite bands. I can't do that. I can't go music again. Jermaine Jackson, I'm not doing it. Founding Father, George Mason, I can't do it. Colby, I have to go. Charles Radburn is my good.
Charles Radbourne.
Because, oh my God, dude. Charles Radbourne, if he was alive today, and y'all don't know because I remember watching him pitch.
You don't. You weren't there.
I remember this, and I remember thinking, you know what? In like 150 years, when I'm doing a podcast, I can't wait to talk about this guy on his birthday with Colby.
Mm-hmm.
Colby wasn't even born.
Nope.
That's my good. My bad. Well, it's an obvious one for me because everyone else is good. Monique, whoever that is, she's bad.
Okay.
Just cause. And Colby, my ugly. I gotta go Rey Mysterio. Any dude that has to wear a mask all the time and puts weird contact lenses in his eyes as part of his bit, he's covering something up. I don't know what it is, but he's covering something up. He's got to be ugly.
He unmasked for WCW for a while. The baby face that he had.
Really?
Yeah, he's not covering up anything.
Does his kid have a bit like that? Does he? I can't remember what he looks
doesn't
like.
wear a mask, no.
He's just normal.
He thought about wearing a mask, but see, his kid's been on wrestling. He was involved in storylines and such, so his face has been out there.
Right.
So there was no reason to start.
You would have had to start with the mask.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. To make it a tradition. My good has to be Rey Mysterio Jr. Just has to be.
Of course, that's shocking.
My bad is going to be Ryder Strong. Just because you have a name like Ryder Strong and you didn't go into porn. What's wrong with you?
Well, not yet. He's only like 45, right?
Right. I mean, I guess there's still time. And my ugly is, well, George Mason.
Because he probably looks pretty bad right about now.
Well, that and if he, wooden teeth and everything else probably was going on at that point.
Everybody had wooden teeth.
Wooden and lead teeth with like old.
Probably had Formica teeth.
Tooth bones in there too.
Tooth bones. What about the wigs? What do you think their hair looked like? Because they all wore wigs.
Probably covered in spiders.
Yeah, gross.
So there you are. There is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Tim, did you want to take a slight break to catch up with JG, and then we'll get right into Mystery Shotgun?
No, you got a short one. Let's go ahead and do it, which means we're going to go ahead and do this.
Ah, yes. Welcome into Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. I am your host, Colby Sapp, along with Pod Racer Tim. We got some scoops to get out of the way real quick via My Time to Shine Hello as Henry Cavill.
Your new follower, right?
Yes. Henry Cavill's eyed to play Hades in Hercules adaptation from Disney. So the Hercules movie, they were going to do a Hercules live action movie.
Right.
But it looks like they're going to just make it about Hades, the bad guy in the Hercules Disney movie. And that guy is going to be played by, well, they're eyeing him to be this guy is Henry Cavill. So
didn't we just establish Henry Cavill's going to be in something else that we talked about a couple weeks ago? I don't remember what it was.
He's been thrown around in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Because
obviously he did really well as Superman and
I like him. He's good.
And so he's really played the part and going through this. So everybody's wanting him for their next spot.
You heard the story about, this was funny, going back to when he first started playing Superman and he wasn't like hugely famous yet.
Right.
Over in England. Good day, mate. Where I guess his nephew was going around telling all of his classmates that his uncle was Superman.
Uh-huh.
And he was young, like first or second grade, right? You can't really enunciate things. And he, like, for weeks, he's telling his classmates, everybody at school, that his uncle is Superman. And his teacher had to keep pulling him aside. Look, that's great that you think that, but look, sometimes there's lies that you should and shouldn't, whatever. You can't say that. You can't tell lies. I'm not lying. My uncle is Superman. And she finally called the parents who were like, yeah, can we meet with you and maybe the principal and blah, blah, blah. Henry Cavill shows up in the middle of the day to the kid's classroom wearing his Superman outfit. and says, I just wanted to clear some things up when whatever little Joey was saying his uncle was Superman. Well,
Came to his honor, man.
I am Superman. So there you go. Just thought that was really cool of him, you know?
Damn right. He's also a huge gamer, by the way.
Great.
Huge gamer.
Is he on your crew?
He is not. You think you would be just hearing about that now?
You might have told me and I forgot. I don't know.
If it was like, hey, Pootie, you got that left side? Hey, Henry, you got that other side?
I feel like he'd have a nickname, though, on your
So
crew.
we just call him Soups?
Call him Soups. No, you call him Tights. What's up, Tights?
Hey, Soups. So, yeah, no.
All right.
So there you are. Real quick, let's get into this. And I saw this coming way before this, as this has been in development hell for quite some time, and that is KRAVEN the Hunter. For those that don't know, KRAVEN the Hunter is a Spider-Man foe, was part of the Rogues Gallery of Spider-Man. He's also, of course, as comics do, fought other good guys in the world of comics. But KRAVEN the Hunter has been one of these guys that is, he's well known as far as being a villain, and he'll be an attractor. If your favorite superhero is fighting in this next issue, KRAVEN the Hunter, you're like, sweet, this is going to be good.
Yep.
So Sony, in their bright idea world, made KRAVEN the Hunter a solo movie instead of having him be like the next Spider-Man villain or whatever. And they were generating a spot to have their Sinister Six, which is the like 6 major bad guys of Spider-Man, come together, and then fight Spider-Man. That was the way they wanted to go.
Right.
So that's the reason why you had like Morbius and Venom and all these guys have their own movies. They wanted to build that.
Right.
KRAVEN the Hunter was another one they were going to do, and it releases tomorrow, I believe, Thursday.
Oh, it's not even out yet.
Correct. And we're already hearing rumblings that it's going to be pulled from theaters.
I was going to go see it, too.
Also, if you just go on your YouTube and you just Google KRAVEN the Hunter, at least as of yesterday, you could watch the first 8 to 9 minutes of the movie on YouTube.
Really?
Yes.
On purpose?
On purpose. I think they were trying to generate people to please be interested in this. Because, the first 8, 9 minutes of a movie is really trying to set the tone, is really trying to drag you in to get you with these characters, right?
Right.
And so they're thinking this movie's not selling well. Let's give the first 8 to 9 minutes away for free.
Wow.
See if we can generate enough people to be interested in what happens next. They still haven't been able to do it. And they had small little YouTube shorts about the actor that plays KRAVEN, how he prepared for the role and all that. And they were flying through pretty, and now they're just going away.
Ooh.
That's not a good sign, everybody. It's not a good sign, that let's just go ahead and face it. Sony, you need to stop. Because every time you try and sell us on we're doing this, you change your mind. It's the same thing that happened with DC. They changed the direction they were going multiple times. By the way, DC's Creature Commandos out on Max. It's actually really good.
Yeah, I actually saw a commercial for that for the first time. I had no idea when it was coming on, and I saw the trailer for it on whatever, on YouTube TV.
Yep.
It looked really, really enticing. I don't have Max, though. I'm going to have to go buy Max again.
It's the first 2 episodes are out, and it's a really good watch, and it's a good setup or an appetizer for what will be the Gunverse. So hopefully,
really?
Yes.
The animation looks amazing.
That's one of the things that DC's always had.
Yeah.
Is their animated side was really good. So keying on that with good subplots, and the thing that I love, not getting in too much of a tangent, by the way, rest in peace, KRAVEN the Hunter.
Stay hard. The
thing that I really like is what James Gunn's doing is he says that every person that plays somebody or voices a character in any of his animated stuff, if that character ever comes about to be in live action, the voice actor is going to be the person that portrays them. So he's not
Okay.
So like if you get used to, say they do an animated film before, like Batman, their Batman is released, right?
Right.
If you get used to that character's voice with the storyline, and then you find out who's playing him is a different person, it's like, oh, it's not the same person. It doesn't sound the same.
Yeah.
Right? That's not going to be the case. He's going to
sense.
sound like him because it is going to be him.
Right.
So if you see that somebody has, got the role of one of your favorite characters in an animated form, just know that they have that role going forward. So
That's cool.
that does help with that. Look, Sony needs to stop doing what they're doing. They need to go ahead and hand over the reins to everything that they've got over to the MCU. And even though the MCU seeming to be struggling a little bit, besides, of course, Deadpool, Wolverine, which that was such a shot in the arm that they needed.
Right.
I think it's back to a rebound, because a lot of the storylines that I hear that are going to go forward are going to be more of those that people are like, oh my God, we have to go see it. Like the Deadpool Wolverine, they're going to be more of those that they're going, whoa, this is going to be amazing. So hold on to your butts if you're an MCU fan, because I think it's about to get really good and almost it'll never be on par to that first go through, because we gave them a lot of passes on some of their bad movies.
Right. What has Sony done right? Like, I know everybody's a fan of the Spider-Man movies,
Yes.
right? And that was, who was their Spider-Man?
He was theirs,
that-
but it was heavily, they got the first movie right, but it was heavily influenced.
Was that Toby?
No. This was Holland.
Okay.
I mean, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was well received until Spider-Man 3. Amazing Spider-Man was all right. The second one was not well received.
Okay.
Even though I wanted to see 3 really badly, but it was not well received.
Did you not ever see it?
Amazing Spider-Man 3, there wasn't.
Oh, they didn't make it.
There wasn't one.
Okay. All right.
Spider-Man 3 there was, and they shouldn't have made it. Sorry, Sam Raimi, but they shouldn't have made it. And they were en route to make a Spider-Man 4. I'm glad they didn't.
Okay.
On how it happened to Spider-Man 3. It was
Well, when Tom Cruise is Spider-Man, they're going to make 10 of them.
No, I think he's done. He may go do the Transformers versus G.I. Joe situation.
Oh, that would be so great.
He might go do that. So
As Maverick.
Right. As he just pulls up and he's like, by
In
the
his
way,
F-14.
we're just rewriting history. He's a member of the G.I. Joe canon.
So awesome would that be, Colby?
So
That would be so awesome.
So there you are.
They bring back Goose.
Brought him back from the dead.
Alternate universe.
How did we revive him? Well,
It's an alternate universe.
we found out that John cubes can bring back human life. That's how it happened.
They used the Life Stone.
Yes, the non-existent life stone.
Well, they found a Life Stone.
They found a life stone. Cobra Commander found it in the clutches of Serpentor as he was trying to revive his life, and they used it to bring back Goose.
Man-at-Arms found it in a cave
Right.
when he was hanging out with Tila, and he wasn't supposed to be because He-Man was off camping somewhere.
Right. With Skeletor, which was weird.
You hit Skeletor on a camping trip with their dogs. Golly. We should write a screen movie thing. Screenplay, that's what I was trying to say. Screen movie thing. I like that.
And Cringer got tired of being Battle Cat, so he just ran around, did stuff.
Dude, Battle Cat was my favorite, man.
Battle Cat was a lot of people's favorite, especially the toy Battle Cat. That looked amazing.
I mean, I was a little
Even
old
though-
to have He-Man Battle Cat toys and that.
Even though it didn't move, it was just it was a toy that was a statue. It didn't move.
It was just a toy.
Yeah, but it should have moved.
Most toys don't move. They vibrate.
I mean, well, they catch a good vibe. So there you go. There is your mystery shotgun. Coming up next, we've got our NFL picks against the spread. We might do some bracket talk, but we're definitely doing news and notes. That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show.
Hello, sports fans.
Mainstream sports.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Hey listeners, make sure you check out the brand new Fan Stream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
In 1993, Bob opened the original Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon Avenue. 32 years later, the original Bob still greets you at the original Bob's. And now his sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch has opened in McKinney. Same fantastic beef and fresh seafood at these two Bob's, each run by the Bob's Steak and Chop House.
Hi, golfers. E-Car Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Coming back at you.
Now, more Fan Stream Sports.
Hello, sports fans.
Fan Stream Sports.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about turf life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your turf life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories, and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that Turf Life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, Turf Life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
For more than 3 decades, Bob's Steak and Chop House has remained an icon of DFW restaurants. Why? Well, maybe it's because of Bob. He's fanatical about cleanliness and friendliness, and his food, oh my Lord, his food. If you've been there, you know about it. If you haven't been there, you should know about it. The original Bob welcomes you at either of his 2 locations, Bob's on Lemon Avenue or the sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new Fan Stream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Coming back at you.
Now, more Fan Stream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show right here on Fan Stream Sports. I am the aforementioned IndyCar Tim. That guy over there.
Over there.
Wonder Twin Powers activate is Colby Sapp.
Do that with our fingers.
We going mudding, Colby?
We're not.
Damn it. One of these days.
Nope.
I'm telling you.
Never.
I'll get a different answer. Probably fuck no.
Probably.
Surprised I hadn't gotten that already.
I was told to hold my cussing down.
Not that I know. Fuck it, I don't care right now. I'm on vodka, Colby. I'm on my second vodka Red Bull.
All right, then.
And one of these days, we're going to get drinking Colby back. I don't mean drunk Colby. I just mean drinking Colby. And we're going to have a show where we are live on the air right here. And we're going to have the JMO cam.
Okay.
Which means on the table right here, there's going to be a camera that will be on screen the entire time with a bottle of Jameson on camera, right? And at different points, I'm just going to reach over. I'm going to pour a shot, hand it over. The bottle will still be on camera. We'll be on camera. And we're just going to do a shot of JMO. We're not going to mention it on the air. People that are listening to the podcast won't even know unless they hear us choking. And Colby doesn't choke on JMO. I do sometimes. But we'll have the JMO cam, and it'll just be not drunk, drinking Colby back on the show.
Huh.
And we'll have fun with it.
I mean, you probably could have some fun with it. I don't know if the content will be anywhere near the same.
You know who our listeners would be?
Who's that?
All of the old nighttime KNC listeners, because all they did was listen for Colby.
Well, there was more to that than that, but you know what? I was hardly drunk on that show.
No, but you sounded drunk all the time.
Okay.
And that's all that matters.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, because they suck.
Whoa. Nobody sucks over at the Fan. Well.
No, they don't. Why'd you sir?
I mean, I know some people in accounting and sales that I'm not big fans of.
Okay.
But on the air, you want to listen to everybody on the air.
There you go.
And I will tell you, by the way, I had a run-in with the great Mac Engel.
You did?
On Saturday as I'm walking up to the AT&T will call to get my press pass, me and Johnny.
Did he walk up and then his hair walked up?
Mac was right there in line. He was in front of me. Of course, just like, you don't look, there's not really a dress code in the press box of these things. But you try. Sometimes you try. You don't want to look like a homeless dude, right? You don't want.
Right.
And look, I dress better than I do and to go anywhere else, to be honest, when I go to those things. Mac Engel's in front of me. You would have thought he was part of the TV broadcast. On camera.
Right. And that was his casual wear, Tim.
That was for him. That was like, oh, man, this is the first thing I saw.
Right. I'm going to go play some tennis after this.
But Mac Engel was there in line in front of us. Right behind that was his hair. And his ego was next to him.
Right.
I love Mac. We have great back and forth. But what was funny was, like, the first time I met Mac was at the Big 12 Media Days 3 years ago. That was at AT&T Stadium. I've been a big fan of him since he was on the Fan and reading his stuff on the Star Telegram. We'd never met. We'd done a lot. He's from Indianapolis, so we talk IndyCar racing a lot on, like, just on Twitter and on Facebook. We'd never met.
Right.
So I walked up and introduced myself to him, and as I walk on, he was walking towards the food court, and I'm like, hey, Mac. And he turns around, and the fun part is when you look like this, people know you.
Okay, right.
They remember you either from a picture, from your profile, whatever. I didn't even have to tell him who I was 4 years ago. I turned around, he's like, IndyCar Tim. And I was just like, oh, hey, what's going on? So it was kind of cool, you know, as a fan of his. You know, I don't fanboy, but for anybody, especially a freaking writer. But, you know, wait, I said that wrong. Sorry, Mac. I have to apologize because he listens to the show, Colby. Anyway, but when I saw him Saturday, he looked at me because, dude, I wasn't dressed up. I was in jeans, solid color T-shirt, and it was rainy and cold. I had a hoodie on, and it probably wasn't a great hoodie. I think it was whatever. I won't get into what I was wearing.
Okay.
But anyway.
You already did, but go ahead.
As he turns around, he says, hey, Tim. Or he goes, oh, hey, Tim. As he's looking at me, and all of a sudden, dude, I got self-conscious the way he said it. I'm like, oh, God, I look like shit, right? I'm like, oh, crap. And then Johnny's all next to me looking like Johnny always does, like a freaking golf pro. Like to the nines all the time.
GQ Johnny.
GQ Johnny and GQ Mac, and I'm over here in my freaking Fresh Threads T-shirt, bald. My beard's probably out of whack because it's raining and humid, you know, and my hoodie, and probably carrying my backpack wrong. I don't know. I was all self-conscious the entire time now on Saturday in the press box. I was like, ugh. But whatever. We're gonna get Mac on to talk some TCU and Cowboys, and Mac's a good dude. You know, I mean,
it's a good dude.
I miss his time at the Fan, and he used to be on. Was it 2 days a week with Sean and RJ? Like Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think.
Yes. And
those were my two favorite days. And then they made some financial cuts, and he was gone, and then replaced him years later with Bobby Belt, who's great. But Mac and I always talk to Mac about his time at the Fan and how much I enjoyed it. And he's like, man, I enjoyed doing it. I'd love to do it again, which leads me to maybe he should do a show for us.
Well, maybe he should.
He's got his own podcast out there. I think it's through the Star Telegram. I think it's called the Mac Angle, which is obviously pay on his last name or whatever.
What it should be named. Everything should be a good pun.
Yes. Colby loves puns, y'all.
I do.
God, maybe to a fault.
They called me the Punisher, Tim.
Oh, my God. Yeah. There you go, Colby.
We're all drunk.
Yeah, we are. Well, I am. I don't know about Colby.
I'm not.
So, Colby, this is the part of the show where we go to the next segment.
This is the NFL Picks Against the Spread, where you and me battle a coin for NFL sports knowledge dominance. And you were about to tell us, A, what our scores were coming into this, and then what games we were picking as we now start to pick them.
Colby, I just was typing into my browser to get the coin up. And I have to type, like, it's always saved in there because I've done it before. And I was going to type, and now it's been so long I don't remember what I typed to find our coin. But you know what I typed for a minute?
What?
The coin. Because he said the coin, and I'm typing, I was like, the coin. Oh, wait. Is it virtual coin that I type into my browser?
Dude, I don't know.
Virtual coin flip. That wasn't it. Coin flip something? I don't remember. That must be it. Okay, I found it. I found what I always have.
All right.
I couldn't remember. It's been so long, man.
Man, turn your phone off.
Got kids' schools calling me, probably because they're doing drugs or something.
Yeah.
Or probably got one of the teachers pregnant, and he's in 8th grade. But whatever.
I mean, okay.
We've all been there.
No.
No, come on. We've all been there, Colby. You remember. We've had those conversations. Colby, it is 2024 of the NFL season. We're going into week 15. We hadn't done this in a couple weeks. But you lead after our last round, which I think was week 12 or 13 since last time we did this. You scored 6 points, and you were already in the lead. So you are at 51. I am at 39.
Seems like a lot less than mine, Tim.
The coin got 8 points last time out.
Oh.
Out of 10, by the way, you guys. This is out of 10. So the coin, it's Colby 51, the coin 41, me at 39. I'm not having a good run at this. And we're at 15. We're going all the way through the Super Bowl, though.
That's right. You have a chance.
I still feel like I have no chance because I don't try hard enough. I feel like I'm the big red of our coin this year.
Hey, if you don't like Big Red,
what, Colby? What?
then F you.
There. Well, all right. I guess we'll accept it. All right, Colby, let's go here. We've got, oddly enough, we've got 2 Monday night games this week. I don't know if you were aware of that.
I'm not aware of that.
Yes, we have a double Monday Night Football calendar this week. But we start with Thursday. For those that are new to our pick segment, we pick the primetime games and we pick the Cowboys game. As I get choked up over the NFC East. Then we try to keep our generic picks NFC East related just so it's interesting. But this week we have a Thursday night game, a Sunday night game, 2 Monday night games, and the Cowboys game, which is at noon on Sunday on Fox.
Got it.
Colby, Thursday night, we kick things off tomorrow night. If you're listening on Wednesday, it is the Los Angeles Rams of SoFi +3 at the Levi's 49ers with a total of 50 points. Once again, I am in last place. I think I had a 2-week span where I wasn't, but it was good while it lasted. So, Colby, I will pick first. The Rams are sort of on the uptick here.
They are.
As that NFC West is wide open with the Seahawks leading it of all teams right now. The 49ers are having a miserable season. I picked the Rams to go to the Super Bowl. And I can't remember if I picked them to win or lose. I think lose over the Ravens. My picks are not looking good for the season. We'll get into that another day. Right. But Rams +3 at 49ers with a 50-point total. Colby, I am going the Ramsteins. And I am going over the 50.
Huh. You know what? It's a tough defense that the Rams are trying to run that tricky offense against. I think this is that step-down game after that good game versus the Bills.
All right.
I think that the 49ers get this done, and I'm going to go with the under.
All right. You got the 49ers and the under. You know, the Bills would have won that game if they had a quarterback.
I mean, they had a quarterback.
I mean, a good quarterback. Sorry, G, that was for you. Why did G go to, like, Wyoming or something?
No.
Isn't that where he's from?
He's not. No.
Why is he such a Josh Allen fan? Like,
well, because of how bad the Cowboys are doing.
Okay, but there's better teams to like than the Bills.
He's got a man crush on Josh Allen.
Oh, we'll see. That's all you had to say. Huh. Interesting. More on that later.
No.
Colby, the coin. The way we do the coin is heads is over, tails is under. Heads is home team, tails is visitors.
Correct.
Thank you for getting that out of my mouth for me. Colby, you want to go in my mouth?
Nope.
Heads is the home team, so heads is the 49ers. Colby for the coin that's trailing you thusly. And as far as the over-under goes, he has the over. Ooh. General George Washington.
Kind of mixing me and you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like if we had a baby? Is that what you're saying?
It would be the coin.
So if we had a baby, Colby.
It'd be the coin. Just proved it right there.
You would poop out a quarter. If I impregnated you.
That's not how, no. None of this is right anymore. You've gone too far, and Next pick.
If I put my sperm all up inside you?
You did not.
I said if.
No, we're not ifing this.
Which hole would it be in?
And you're not ifing anything. You get away from me, sir.
One button, Colby.
We're not.
Next game, Colby. The Tim Spermless Colby. It is the Packers. We may have never gone past a line like that ever in the history of this show. I'm just saying. And it's not the vodka because I'm not drunk yet. I'm hoping to get there. Colby, it is Sunday Night Football on NBC, which is the Packers -3 at the aforementioned Seattle Seahawks with a total of 46. Again, last place will go first. Me. If you ain't first, you're last. Ricky Bobby.
All I want to do is race, Daddy.
Man, you know what? I've always kind of supported the Seahawks, except for their stupid uniforms. I swear to God. They've got to go back to their throwback uniforms.
It's Seattle. It fits. It's drab with a little bit of brightness worked in.
I get it. It's just they need to have raindrops on all of and sad faces on their uniforms.
You go talk to all those people as they're outside, and you realize those uniforms fit.
I told you, the only time I've ever been to Seattle or the Northeast, and I've told Gavin Dawson this story, is I was in Seattle for 4 months in the summer of 2001. Summer of 2001.
Uh-huh. Maps are bad.
4 months. I saw the sun 2 days.
Couldn't do it. I'd be depressed the whole time.
And the first day was when I was arriving, when I flew in. I saw Mount Hood over there, or whatever it is, Rainier, whatever the freaking mountain is that you can see over there. I thought, man, this is really pretty. I didn't see the sun again until the day I flew out. I was like, oh, I remember that mountain. Because I couldn't see it the entire time I was there.
Because it was mountain time.
I mean, I did some mountain while I was there. Not going to lie. Colby, Packers -3 at Seahawks with 46-point total. I'm going because I'm a Packers supporter now.
Okay.
Because Aaron Rodgers is dead.
No, I mean, his
career's dead. Sorry, his career's dead. Right. I'm going Packers, and I'm going over 46.
My gut's telling me to pick Seattle.
Don't listen to your gut.
So I'm going with my gut, Tim. I'm going Seattle.
All right.
And I'm going under.
And you're going under. You think George Washington ever went to Seattle? Or Green Bay?
I mean, they named it after him, so.
They did? Well, they didn't name his name's not George Seattle.
Seattle, Washington. It's Seattle's last name.
I think it became a state after he was dead, I'm pretty sure.
So
he died in 1799, Colby. Did you know George Washington didn't know dinosaurs existed?
Do you know that George Washington's teeth was made out of wood and iron and also slaves' teeth?
Did you know that he owned slaves?
Yes.
Did you know that George Washington had a larger penis than me?
That's probably true.
I saw it on the History Channel.
Okay. You saw his penis?
Yeah, and mine.
On the History Channel?
Yeah, they had like casts of both.
Uh-huh.
They said noted podcast personality IndyCar Tim, and they showed the cast of mine, which was really had to zoom. And they said, here's George Washington's, and it was slightly larger.
Oh, okay.
But George Washington and his slightly larger penis than mine has tails, which is the Packers also. Colby, good visiting team.
Uh-huh.
And as far as over-under goes, Martha probably talked him into, you went over again. So he's going with me.
Yep.
I have a lot in common with presidents.
You do, which might be good for you.
The good ones.
Coin's on a hot streak as of the last time we flipped it.
8 points last time, Colby. Monday Night Football, Game 1. 7 o'clock Central, not Mountain. On ABC. It is the Bears +7 against the Vikings. 43.5-point total. Man, I am all aboard the Vikings train in the playoffs this year.
Well, darn it. Or Darnold.
Darnold it.
Yes.
As I can't wait to see where Sam Darnold plays quarterback next season, because it ain't going to be in Minnesota, because he's on a one-year deal.
Right.
He is going to command a huge contract after the performance this year, because...
And he'll go over there and suck.
And because this may be all Kevin O'Connell doing this for him.
Exactly right.
I don't know that's not the case. It's going to be somebody like Pittsburgh that signs him, who may move on from Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. As I wrote over at Athlon Sports today, shameless plug, it could be Seattle, because Geno Smith's contract is up.
Right.
Just name a team, and Darnold will be. And you know whose other name was mentioned? The Jets. Like, how weird would that be for him to go back to the Jets?
I've thought about that, and I thought, you can't go home.
I mean, if you're the Jets, you have to look at it.
You do.
So Bears +7 at the Vikings, 43.5. Colby, I've got the Vikings, and I've got the over. I look, Darnold may put up 50 by himself.
I'm going to go the same as you. Give me the
Minnesota
Vikings and the over.
And the over. George Washington, I'm sure, will differ one way or the other here, as he's got heads, so he's got the Vikings to start.
Yep.
Maybe he won't go different. Maybe one of his wooden teeth will. There you go. He's got the over. Damn it, Colby.
So
we're all going to lose that.
It's either a bunch of zeros or a bunch of pluses.
Bunch
right
of twos, yeah, right there for us. And then we go to the other game, the late game on Monday Night Football at 7:30 on ESPN.
ESPN.
As we have the Falcons, the falling fast Falcons, who have now lost the NFC South lead to the Yuccaneers after beating them twice early in the season already.
Yep.
They don't even hold the division, a tie for the division anymore. The Falcons -3.5 at the Raiders with a 44-point total. Colby, I'm going the greatness of the Raiders.
Not a chance.
You're going to go Kirk Cousins on Monday Night Football. Is that what you're telling me?
I just think the Raiders are real bad.
I do too, but the Falcons are worse. And I'm going under on the 44, so you've got the Falcons.
Yes.
You got over or under?
I'm going under.
And then if you could please explain to me what the hell I am looking at on TV number 2 out of the 72 in our studio right now.
This would be the New York Knicks' home court for
What
the Cup.
is why?
Because they always change the courts for the Cup.
But do you have to change it to that?
That's what they did, Tim.
So they don't want anybody to watch them on TV is what you're telling me.
It's Knicks colors.
It's orange. The
It's
entire
one of
court
their
is
colors,
orange.
Tim. It's one of their. It was either that or make the whole thing blue.
Make it wood like it's supposed to be. Like over here, we're
That's
watching
not what
college.
they're doing for the Cup.
Why is it different?
Because that's what they do, Tim. They're setting a new tradition.
Don't call it a tradition.
If it happens more than 1 year, it's a tradition, right? Because you did
No,
it
it's a
last year.
trend. And it's a bad trend.
It's a trendition.
Always making up words here. I'm going to have to drink more. It's a good thing our Jaeger machine is empty right now. Because after that, I'd need a whole gallon. Colby, the coin agrees with me.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. With you. It's got Atlanta. Because it's Tails, the visiting team. And then as far as over-under, Colby, it's the over. Wow. Different than both of us a little bit. And then finally, Colby, Sunday at noon, that traditional matchup that you have, that NFC powerhouse matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Bryce Youngs. And do you realize, I'm sure you've seen this because you're a sports guru, the Cowboys are underdogs heading into Atlanta, or into Charlotte against the Panthers.
Yes.
The Panthers are favorites for the first time in 38 games.
They've been looking pretty good.
They are favorites.
Bryce Young has not been looking terrible. He's actually been looking competitive.
He has been looking like a third-round pick that he should have been. And I'm saying that with all giving him credit. Like, he's looking like I thought he should look coming out of college, right?
Well, if he looked like this coming out of college, then nobody would have put him down as a bust right away.
Exactly. If he would have been this last season when he started the season,
right,
everybody would be going, oh, dude, they got something.
I think they still got something.
And I still think they got something, although you can't fix his 5'4" height.
Nope.
Or whatever it is, 5'9". That said, Colby, we started the show off with, do you want the Cowboys to win or lose? Do you want draft picks or do you want temporary joy? Colby, I'm going Panthers.
There you go.
Because they're a little bit hot. I'm a big fan of Dave Canales, the former offensive coordinator of the Buccaneers. He's now your head coach in Charlotte. I want him to kind of keep that job. And I think a good finish to the season. I think he's already earned it. But with that franchise and that owner, you never know. I'd like to see him continue on there. I've got the Panthers and the over-under at 43. I have the under.
Okay. I have the Panthers as well. And I am going to take that over.
Wow. All right. I mean, not a bad choice based on Cowboys scoring performances the last few weeks.
Correct.
We did not mention, Colby, our favorite that we've talked about, defensive player that's not named Micah Parsons, DeMarvion Overshown.
Oh, yeah.
Done for not just the rest of this year, but most likely all of next year, as he suffered the dreaded Jalen Smith injury with the PCL, ACL, MCL tear. Now, the difference is he doesn't have nerve damage or soft tissue damage, which is what Jalen Smith suffered, which was why his was so tragic and hard to come back from. So they're predicting a full recovery, but probably won't see him until 2026 when he's got 1 year left on his deal.
And
dude, he was showing us something too, man.
Of course he was.
God.
It was my favorite person out of that draft that year. I was like, yes.
Unfortunate for the Cowboys defense. Another hole you're going to have to replace in the draft. George Washington doesn't care about DeMarvion Overshown or the University of Texas. But the coin also has the Panthers, Colby.
Yep.
And the coin has the over.
Wow.
Just like you. You and George Washington love each other, Colby.
There you go.
There are our picks against the spread for Week 15. You guys have a good football Sunday. Make sure you follow along. Next week, we'll probably talk a little bit about the college football playoffs before those kick off the following weekend. But right now, Colby.
Do we want to do it or do we need to bump it?
No, we got time.
We got time?
Yeah, can you do? Oh, wow! I didn't realize we're so far along. Give us like two of your favorite stories that you saw out of this. It is time for Colby's news and notes.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you, you, for making us sound good. News and notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. Let's go to Florida. We're going to Tampa Bay, which I think they need to rename this.
Uh-oh.
As the Florida Department of Health confirmed a 5th human case of dengue fever.
I hate when that happens.
A fourth case was confirmed in October, as the mosquito-borne illness can produce fever, chills, muscle pain, nausea, and a rash. While sometimes painful, officials say the disease is rarely fatal. I'm just saying we should not call it the dang fever, because everybody will have it in Texas if it makes it this way. What you got? I got the dang fever.
It's appropriate if you're in Texas.
You got
that dang fever.
I got that dang fever. So, but it's not spelled like what you would spell dang. It's DENGUE. But still, got that dang fever.
Why you got to trick up names?
It's probably from like its place that it was born at,
like
or
Asia.
whatever.
Oh, look, there's our Craven the Hunter commercial right there. They're still on, Colby.
They're still on. They haven't
in
pulled
IMAX.
Pulled it yet, but they are going to pull it. There's a new law proposed in the state of Texas that might be killing the vibe. As a proposed law bans drugstore sex toy sales in Texas. So you can no longer go to your CVS and pick up a Dido.
Why? I think you can say it.
Oh, I can say dildo. That's how they told me to say it in radio, and it's now become my word.
A Dido.
A Dido. Because they were like...
I like her albums.
Because I said dildo once.
Oh, on the air?
On the air. But I was calling somebody a dumbass. I was like, don't be a dildo. And it sounded... And I was told...
sounds better.
I was told, you can't say that word.
Wait, who told you that?
That was...
Was it the big boss at the time?
It was... I think it was Purdy.
Purdy.
Anyway, I was told that I can't say that word. And I was like, oh.
Dido.
So I took the L from it, and everybody was fine.
Dido. I'd probably call it a Dido.
So, yeah, Ditos have been banned. You can't go to the Walgreens anymore and pick up your rabbit. So,
That's
which
the worst sound ever.
I don't think, I mean, I think it's part of it, right? That you have to go to that really shady sex store, the Crystals or whatever.
Or order it online in the convenient brown paper.
No, I think everybody should have to go to these stores to get it.
If you want it bad enough, you'll go.
If you've got to go get your pocket vagina, you got to go to one of these, and I almost feel humiliated going up to the, I mean, I never felt humiliated going up to buy anything because I don't care what you think.
I'd rather put the person at the checkout stand in discomfort than in awkwardness and watch them.
So, but there you go. Dito's not for sale. So there are your 2 short stories for your news and notes.
Wow.
We will have more next week as we get back into everything. You guys have a great night as I toss it to Tim to toss it to you.
We want to thank everybody that's made this one possible. Special shout out to Turf Life and their new website. Make sure you go over to turflifeclub.com or turflifeclub.com. Sorry, I'll get it right. I mean, I should know because they're a sponsor, but they just changed it. I got to make sure I get it right. Golf Central Magazine, everything they do for us. Tomstown, toms-town.com. Tomstown Whiskey, we appreciate, and a vodka. That's what I've been here on all night. That's why we've had such a good show, is because I've been able to ingest some Tomstown here. Check them out at toms-town.com, available for delivery if you're not in Kansas City. They will deliver to your door. Make sure to check out availability on their website. And, of course, Orion Golf Management all over the place. If you need golf management things, go to oriongolf.com and find out if they can help you, because they helped me
struggling
with my nipple rings, Colby. I got golf ball nipple rings. I'll show you those on the next show. I'll show you as soon as we get off the air.
I don't want to.
It is what it is. We'll be back on Wednesday with another Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see you.